We custom make all of our tables per order. We have a variety of widths available, and the length and height can be custom tailored to your specific needs. The path width is always going to be 1/3 of what the tabletop is. For example, with this 5-foot wide bench, we're going to have a path width of 20 inches that's natural, or 22 with trellis supports. Once we add the trellis supports, we're going to need to have an extra inch for the trellis support to mount on the outside of it, which is going to leave the space in our path width.
The bench rolls in this example of 60 inches. Will roll in total of 20 inches, but that's when it's at one side. All the way to the other side is 20 inches. When it's parked in the middle, you'll have 10 inches of overhang on both sides of the bench. Our standard benches hold about 14 pounds per square foot. If you need it heavier, we would add more stands and more cross members, and we can get up to 21 pounds per square foot. Okay, a rolling bench that is properly set up might have unusual noises, a little bit of scraping or something. That could be just a cross member that's out of alignment, or a anti-tip bracket that's scraping. The anti-tip bracket noise tends to go away when you put weight on the tables, and if it's still scraping along the top part of the bench stand, it's just a question of moving the cross member that's attached to a little bit back or forth to make sure there's room enough around the cross member again. A good bench is aligned when it's to the one extreme that the bench rail is just above the bolts on the top of the stands, and then the other way, of course, that would be the same thing. Tuning benches, we recommend that every time you have a crop, is just make sure everything's still straight, everything's still rolling properly the way you want it. Maybe someone by accident knocked it out of alignment while they were cleaning or removing plants and pots.
After installing your anti-tip brackets, you may notice that some of them are going to be rubbing on the floating cross members, similar to as we see here. With a simple adjustment of the aluminum cross member, we can get it back into line with this floating cross member here. Standing on the benches is not recommended. If you do need to do overhead work, we'd recommend setting up scaffolding around each side of the bench and working on the scaffolding. We also manufacture greenhouses, casket-dome fabric covered buildings, and we can supply lighting, irrigation, and environmental computer control systems.